Right now at noon, the Youth Volunteer Corps of Joplin gathered on the sidewalks of town to create invisible art.
Lots of folks out enjoying the lunch hour on this Monday afternoon. You can see the camera shaking a bit though. That's because despite the sunshine, it is a bit breezy. We'll talk about those winds and today's temperatures coming up.
And a manhunt grows after 5 people gunned down with the AR-15 style rifle.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A motorcycle crash on Schiffendecker causes a driver to be rushed to the hospital. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Carrie Worthen. About 11:30 on Saturday night, reports of a motorcycle crash near Schiffendecker and Jungle Boulevard was called into Joplin 911. The crash was initially discovered by a Jasper County Sheriff deputy who happened to notice the crash and called his dispatch. It was a single vehicle crash involving a motorcycle. The motorcycle was traveling south on Schiffendecker, clipped the curb, and lost control, which ejected the driver. The driver traveled about 300 feet before coming to rest on the west sidewalk. He was rushed to the hospital, and there is no update on his condition. The Youth Volunteer Corps of Joplin gathered on the sidewalks of downtown to create invisible art. The invisible art was created through the use of an environmentally friendly spray that is visible only in the rain. Local youth ages 11 through 18 were involved in the volunteer project. The Youth Corps hopes that the project will bring a smile to someone's face on a gloomy day.
Yeah, so today we are creating invisible artwork on the sidewalks with a special spray that will only show up when the sidewalk gets wet. It's a product called Rainworks. It's a hydrophobic spray, so you spray it on. We're using stencils.
My favorite part is getting to give back to my community, the community that gives so much to us, that I think getting to give back and show the community what we're grateful for is definitely the best part.
The spray is biodegradable and will dissolve in a few months. The Clay Cup and El Taco Zone teamed up to host their 5th annual Bowl-a-thon and Street Festival today in Neosho, Missouri. Area potters participated in the event making bowls for Water Gardens' 11th annual Empty Bowls event. The public was free to enjoy live music and Mexican food while they supported their favorite local artist.
It is our 5th annual bowl-a-thon, and what I mean by bowl-a-thon, we're not bowling, we're making bowls for Watered Gardens' Empty Bowls fundraiser. You know, this is one thing that all the potters can get together and do for our community, to help with the soup kitchens, to help with the homeless, to do what we can do.
Bowls were available for purchase with all proceeds from this event benefiting local service groups. Now let's go to Chris Warner to take a look at your first of the May forecast.
Yeah, it is May 1st, but it hasn't felt like it out there, but it at least looks like it. We got clear skies, sunny out there, but just not nearly as warm as it really should be for this time of year. So our camera 7th and range line, you can see nothing in the sky. Beautiful blue skies, plentiful sunshine as we look on the MoDOT camera down at 20th and range line. You can see a train passing out there and plenty of lunchtime traffic. And as we take a look at the KDOT camera from 69 and 400 just south of Pittsburgh, again, plentiful sunshine across the area, but again, just a bit on the chilly side. And it's been that way since that cold front rolled through over the weekend. Started yesterday at 40, made it up to 64, not where we should be, but thankfully on each front, not at record levels either. So that's some good news. Across the region, temperatures are starting to warm, and as mentioned, some of us out in the western parts of southeast Kansas make it a little warmer than the rest of us. We're at 63 in Chanute, Neodesha, 62 in Independence, Oswego, 61 Miami, 59s in Fort Scott, Pittsburgh, and Joplin, and 58 in Lamar, Carthage, Neosho, and Anderson. Here's a look at what we're keeping an eye on. We've got the breezy conditions today, and that does give us an elevated fire danger, and this will actually continue into tomorrow. Even though the winds will calm down, they'll pick back up again. Temperatures will continue to warm as we go through this week, and we've got much needed showers and thunderstorms later this week. We'll talk about when it's going to warm up and when the rain's going to get here, and may be surprised to find out that they might be holding hands as this occurs. Break down that full forecast for you here in a few more minutes. Carrie?
Thanks, Chris. A massive manhunt has intensified with more than 200 members of law enforcement searching for the gunman behind Friday night's deadly mass shooting in Cleveland, Texas. Police say 38-year-old Francisco Orpiza killed 5 of his neighbors after being asked to stop firing his weapons in his front yard because a baby was trying to sleep. Authorities say the suspect is armed and considered very dangerous and could be anywhere now more than 2 days after the attack. Janet Shamlin reports from Cold Springs, Texas.
The community of Cleveland remembered the 5 people gunned down with an AR-15 style rifle. Hundreds of deputies and detectives combed the region north of Houston for the man police say went on a deadly rampage inside this home.
We do not know where he is. We don't have any tips right now.
The attack happened Friday night, the sheriff says, after a neighbor asked the suspect to stop shooting his gun in his yard so an infant inside could fall asleep.
He says it's his property. He'll do whatever he pleases on his property.
Deputies say the suspect had been drinking before he entered the neighbor's home and started firing. According to the Honduran Foreign Ministry, those killed are Diana Velasquez, Obdulia Molina, Jonathan Cazares, Sonia Guzman, and 9-year-old Daniel Enrique Lasso. All 5 are from Honduras.
5 people died in my county, and that is where my heart is.
Wilson Garcia's wife and son were killed in the attack. I don't have words to describe what happened, Garcia says. His wife was on the front porch when she was hit by the gunfire. 2 other women were found dead on top of surviving children, apparently shielding them from gunfire. Obdulia Molina's mom said her daughter died protecting the lives of her children. Authorities believe the suspect called a friend for help and are hoping that large reward will encourage someone to call in a tip. Janet Shamlian, CBS News, Cold Spring, Texas.
The suspect's phone and clothing were found in a wooded area near the scene, but authorities believe he's long gone from that area. That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on the KOAM News at noon. It's a week of King's coronation in Britain, and classes are underway to teach people how to make the perfect coronation quiche. And later, we're making a cheesy bacon pierogi bake in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. It's the week of the King's coronation in Britain, and classes are underway to teach people how to make the perfect coronation quiche, a dish the royal family is encouraging residents to serve as they celebrate the big event. CBS's Tina Kraus has the story from London.
The palace rolled out the official recipe for coronation quiche last month. And ever since, bakers across Britain have been trying to get it just right.
Actually, it's quite a cheap dish to do. The ingredients are very plentiful no matter where you are in the world.
Featuring spinach, broad beans, and tarragon, it's a royal recipe bringing communities together.
Make sure you put it between your fingers.
The tart tops the menu at this cooking school in London.
Oh wow, I think mine looks pretty perfect.
After all, this isn't just any quiche. It's declared by King Charles and his wife Camilla, the Queen Consort, as the dish of the day to celebrate the King's crowning. And it's going down well with these student chefs.
The tarragon was, very unique, very British, celebrating the coronation like we should.
I do like it. It was very good.
Coronation quiche is a nod to coronation chicken, a curry and mayonnaise-based dish invented for Queen Elizabeth when she was crowned back in 1953.
I prefer the quiche to the coronation chicken. I'm not a great fan of coronation chicken.
Keeping with his green credentials, King Charles has offered a vegan-friendly twist for the quiche.
So we're not putting lard in it.
Allowing bakers to tweak the tart to their taste, so the crowning glory can be served at as many coronation parties as possible. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
You can find the royal recipe for coronation quiche on the royal family's official website, royal.uk. Still to come on the KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
You know, April showers may bring May flowers, but you know what else they bring? An appetite for all-in-one meals that are quick and easy. Any ideas as to what we're making today? Any?
But first, we are going to continue to warm up through the week, but we're also tracking some shower and thunderstorm chances. We'll take a look at that in your full forecast right after this. Welcome back to the KOAM News at Noon. So we've had a very sunny day across the area, and you can see right there, clear skies, blue as can be, beautiful. Unfortunately, it's also been a wee bit on the chilly side, and now it's getting to be a wee bit on the breezy side. So we're talking about how blue those skies are. I mean, take a look at that. There is not a cloud in the sky from 7th and Range Line in Joplin, and no clouds blocking the sunlight on Range Line just south of 20th Street. MoDOT camera there showing us not only the lunchtime traffic, but all of that sunshine. And we're seeing the same thing from the KDOT camera at 69 and 400 just south of Pittsburgh. Plentiful sunshine across the area. So let's take a look at the temperatures. What I mean by this wind, we're at 59 in Joplin, so it's not bad, but it's supposed to be a little bit warmer right now than where we are. We got that northwest breeze, though, at 18, gusting to 28, and that's going to be the case through the rest of the afternoon and into the early evening hours as wind gusts of 20, 30 miles an hour. That's why we have an elevated fire danger, and that's why outdoor burning's not recommended as we go through the afternoon. We've got 59 in Pittsburgh, Fort Scott, 58 Iola, 63 Neodesha Chanute, 62 in Independence, Parsons, Chatopa, 61 Miami, and some 58s in Nevada, Lamar, Carthage, Neosho, and Anderson. Let's take a look at what we're expecting for the rest of the day. The majority of us still looking to reach lower to mid 60s across the area. Sunny skies, very breezy out there, as we were just talking about, but for some of our friends out in the western parts of our viewing area, you may get into the mid to upper 60s today, which won't be too bad. We go into this evening, we hang on to clear skies. However, the winds do begin to calm down as we go into the evening and overnight hours as well. And we're going to drop back down to another pretty chilly night, back into the lower 40s for our overnight lows. We head into tomorrow. It's another sunshiny day, but it's another breezy day. Winds will start picking up again tomorrow morning, and that will allow at 20, 30 mile an hour wind gusts. So again, outdoor burning not recommended with that elevated fire danger, but otherwise sunny skies and not too bad, mid to upper 60s for some of us out there. But there are a couple of changes on the way, and they are going to go hand in hand as we head toward the end of the week. So let's take a look. You can see the system out to our west. This is Wednesday morning, and it's going to kind of just dream around out there for a little bit. We get to Wednesday evening, a couple of these showers, thunderstorms might clip our western counties, more organized activity out toward Wichita. But as we head into the overnight Wednesday and into Thursday morning, that's when we're seeing more showers and thunderstorms developing across Kansas and into southeastern Kansas, northeastern Oklahoma, and working their way into the rest of the area as the day goes on Thursday. So here we are at the lunch hour Thursday. Showers, thunderstorms across the area. We go into dinner time Thursday. Showers and thunderstorms across the area. We go into Friday morning. Showers and thunderstorms across the area. But we'll pause momentarily Friday evening and into Saturday before we see showers and some thunderstorms return as we head into our Saturday. So let's take a look down the way. All right, tomorrow mostly sunny, breezy, increasing clouds late Saturday near 70. This is what I'm talking about hand in hand. As our storm chances increase, our temperatures do so as well. We start approaching the 80-degree mark toward the end of the week. Thunderstorm chances Thursday, Friday, and then again Saturday evening. Again, these are much needed rain chances. It's great that we're getting them, but it's also nice that we're going to warm up a little bit as well. We go beyond that. We'll get a break Sunday, so if you want to go outside, Sunday's your day to do it as we hang out in the upper 70s still, but partly cloudy skies. And then as we kick off the next work week, still upper 70s, pushing near 80 degrees, but we have some additional much needed rain chances in the form of some thunderstorms Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. So more much needed rain on the way, but for folks like me who don't like the cold, more warm temperatures on the way. And of course, as our daytime highs warm up, that will allow our overnight lows to be a bit milder as well.
And what goes perfect with this rainy weather than cheesy bacon pierogi bake, which we're making next in the Mississippi Test Kitchen after the break. The beginning of May calls for an easy all-in-one recipe. Howard shows us how to make cheesy bacon pierogi bake in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
You know, April showers may bring May flowers, but you know what else they bring? An appetite for all-in-one meals that are quick and easy. Today's tasty recipe starts with a supermarket shortcut that I know you're going to love. Let me show you. The first thing we do is combine some chicken broth, cream cheese, cheddar cheese, and a bit of black pepper over medium heat. We stir this until it melts and starts to thicken up. Then we add a package of frozen potato and onion pierogies that we boiled until they're tender. After everything is mixed, we pour this into a baking dish and pop it in the oven. And if you want to change it up, boy, do you have options, because you can always use a different cheese or try a different flavor pierogi. When this comes out of the oven, bubbling hot, top it with some crumbled bacon and sliced scallions and call the troops to the table. It's so easy and versatile. You can use this as a fill-you-up main dish, or it makes the perfect go-along. To get the recipe for what we call our cheesy bacon pierogi bake, just go online. I'm Howard of the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a pierogi-licious kind of way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at our 4-state market prices.
All right, we got that elevated fire danger today. Winds gusting 20, 30 miles an hour. Low to mid 60s for highs, and same tomorrow, and same with the winds, so just be aware of that. A little warmer Wednesday, partly cloudy skies in the evening. Then we've got thunderstorm chances Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evening. But as our rain chances increase, our temperatures do as well. So we start pushing upper 70s to near 80.
Okay, I can't wait till we get all sunny, hot weather.
Well, I know that we definitely need some rain around the area. I'll take the rain as long as it's warm.
All right, well, coming out tonight at 5, Melanoma Monday is a day to raise awareness for the most dangerous form of skin cancer. Melanoma accounts for only about 1% of skin cancers, but can cause the majority of skin cancer deaths. A new survey finds more than half of Americans are not concerned about developing skin cancer, even though 67% have at least one characteristic that evaluates the risk. Plus, a local organization speaks out about their efforts to preserve the history of local cemeteries. And several area Missouri schools received grants from the newly created School Safety Grant Program. Join us for those stories and more on KOAM News at 5.
We want to thank you for joining us for the news at noon. We'll be back here at 5 o'clock.